Happy holiday, everyone! You ever get asked to a holiday dinner and have to bring something to share but have no idea what to make? Well, we're here to provide you with 3 appetizer recipe ideas that you can create at home. They are quick, easy, and delicious. These appetizers are perfect for the holiday season, and your host will be impressed and think you spent a lot of time in the kitchen. So, without further ado, let us begin with our first recipe. The first recipe is a crunchy quinoa patties with chipotle sauce. These patties are perfect starter if you're looking for something crunchy and a bit more healthy. They are garlicky, peppery, oniony. Dip these patties in a chipotle sauce to take the flavor to the next level of tanginess and spiciness. This is also an excellent vegetarian starter. Begin by beating 1 egg. If the mixture is still too dry, we may need 2 eggs, but we will see how it goes later. Add half teaspoon of salt, half teaspoon of black pepper, half teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of Dijon mustard to give it a sharper taste. Give it a good stir. Let's cook 1 cup of quinoa. We like to use the rice cooker. Simply combine 1 cup of pre-washed quinoa with 1 cup of water. Depending on your rice cooker, you may need to add 2 cups of liquid. Add 1 teaspoon of butter to make it more flavorful. That's it. Now let the rice cooker do its job. It looks great and it's cooked perfectly every time. Finely dice and add half cup of red bell pepper. Finely chop 2 to 3 stalks of green onion. Mix well. The quinoa appears to be a touch dry. 1 additional beaten egg will be added. This looks perfectly moist. Lay a piece of wax paper on top of the tray and place 2 tablespoons of quinoa mixture. Form a circle and use a flat object to flatten the quinoa as much as possible. Freeze the quinoa in a refrigerator for 20 minutes to harden. Immediately fry the patties in a skillet with 2 tablespoons of oil over medium-high heat. Fry on each sides for 5 to 8 minutes. Be careful when flipping over the patties. Gently remove the patties and allow them to cool for 5 minutes before serving. To make the chipotle mayo sauce is really easy. Combine half cup of mayonnaise and 2 tablespoons of chipotle in adobo sauce. Half teaspoon of dried cumin, 1 clove of minced garlic, and finally about 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Give it a good stir and you're done. The second recipe is a festive potato salad with tangy, sweet, and refreshing dressing. The salad includes diced apples and pomegranate, which give it a subtle crunch. It's the perfect appetizer to cleanse your palate and get you ready for the main course. Begin at peeling and dicing 3 medium-sized Yukon Gold potatoes. Add cold water and a 1/4 cup of kosher salt. Boil until they are fork tender. Then drain and set aside to cool down. In the meantime, let's make the salad dressing by combining 3/4 cup of mayonnaise, 1 tablespoon of yellow French mustard, 2 teaspoons of white wine vinegar, about 1/4 teaspoon of white pepper, a dash of salt, 2 teaspoons of honey. Mix thoroughly. Add the cooked potato. Peel and finely dice 3/4 cup of carrot. We prefer to dice them finely to make them easier to eat. Dice about 1/2 cup of dill pickle. The pickle adds a nice crunch and a tartness to the taste. Dice an apple, which also provides a nice crunch and sweetness to the taste. Give it a good mix, and that is pretty much it. You made yourself a delicious and refreshing potato salad. You can also be fancy and serve them as a cocktail. By adding Boston lettuce and pomegranate, the appetizer takes on more festive flavor. Our third recipe is the succulent garlic shrimp with avocado spread. If you love garlic, then you will love this garlicky, lemony shrimp one-biters. Serve on rice cracker and topped with generous spread of our homemade refreshing guacamole and savory shrimp. They strike a perfect balance of strong flavor and mild taste. To make these delicious bites, start by marinating 400 grams of shrimp with 1 tablespoon of smoked paprika, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano. Next, season with 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper. Mix well and place it in a refrigerator for 10 minutes to marinate. Let's make a quick, delicious, and creamy guacamole. Start by adding 3 stalks of chopped green onion to food processor. 1 cup of roughly chopped fresh cilantro leaves. Add 2 avocados. To make it easier to combine, roughly slice them before putting them in a food processor. Season with salt and fresh ground black pepper. Add 2 tablespoons of lime juice. You are free to add more or less. Blend until smooth and creamy. It just takes 10 minutes to make, and you'll have a fresh and tasty guacamole. Sauté the shrimp in a pan with a tablespoon of oil over medium-high heat for a minute. Add 3 cloves of minced garlic. Two tablespoons of unsalted butter. Stir for 2 minutes to fully melt the butter. Squeeze roughly 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Sprinkle about 1 tablespoon of chopped parsley. Take the pan off the heat. We're all set to assemble the appetizer. For the base, we like to use these crispy rice crackers. Spread the guacamole generously on top of the cracker. Finally, add garlic shrimp on top. That's all there is to it. It's quite easy to make and looks so elegant. And there you have it. 3 stunning and simple holiday appetizers. We hope that you enjoyed this video edition of the holiday special, that it may inspire you to make some appetizer dishes for your loved ones or yourself. Thanks for tuning in, and please don't forget to like and subscribe for more quick, easy, and delicious recipes. And happy holiday!